Well, before we get started today, I thought maybe everyone would like to know why the sound is so terrible. There's a very good reason. The sound sucks because I don't have a microphone and I am filming this on my Canon PowerShot. Why the hell am I doing that? Well, believe it or not, the picture quality is a whole lot better than it would be on my Dell webcam. I'm a master's student. I'm poor! Our topic for today is a forgotten 1990 film, Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe. As one might surmise from the title, this is a theological piece. Director Damien Lee uses the film's sci-fi setting in order to examine the basic contradictions between two central tenets of the Christian worldview, that of a divine plan on one hand, and of human free will on the other. These ideas must have been in the air in 1990 because that was the same year that Sir Terence Pratchett and Neil Gaiman published their own widely admired thesis on the topic. As the film begins, we are introduced to forces for good and evil. Abraxas is a finder, in his own words, a cop for the universe. He is hunting for Secundus, his former partner, who has fallen from grace in his quest for ultimate power. Having escaped from prison, Secundus seeks out a virgin.
Are you a birthing member of the human race?
Huh?
And impregnates her, in the hopes that his son will be the Antichrist.
The key is the birth of a co-mater. A co-mater will be able to compute the anti-life equation.
Hate plus fear plus loneliness. Abraxas takes Secundus back into custody, but is unable to prevent the birth of the child.
Abraxas, you must eliminate the female before birth occurs. You have 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our first look at the future destroyer of humanity is in the form of a serene-faced baby. This image is as affecting to the Virgin Mother Sonia as it is to the audience. Although she had at first intended to drown her diabolical offspring, she cannot bring herself to do so and instead chooses to raise him with love. 5 years later, Secundus has again escaped from prison and returns to Earth to find his son. Abraxas is sent after him with orders to destroy the child, Tommy, in accordance with his superior's plan. They have a bit of trouble on their way to Earth.
Malfunction. Travel warp malfunction.
What happened? I tried to run parallel with Secundus' travel warp, and the streams crossed.
Oh, come on! Don't these guys know anything?
Abraxas will be stripped naked
What?
of his weaponry.
Oh. Whew. Ugh. Anyway, he sets out to find Secundus before Secundus can find Tommy. Fortunately, Abraxas has a little help from above, or rather, from his artificially intelligent answer box, as he explains to this family who offer him a ride in their RV.
My box says VD, trust me.
Your what?
Did he seriously just say, my box has VD?
VD, vibrational detection.
Then it must be able to pick up this guy as well.
No, members of our force were taught to avoid VD.
Wow. Excuse me for a moment. I need another cup of tea. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yes. Abraxas finds Tommy. He does find him. However, when he has a chance to destroy the child, he does not do so. He sees that Sonia and Tommy have the ability to choose between good and evil for themselves. This was not in the plan, but Abraxas decides to trust it. His superiors are not amused.
Abraxas may be a little too aged for this assignment. He's had possession of the co-mater for 147 parsecs and still hasn't terminated the... Parsecs are not an appropriate Earth time unit.
Ha! Somebody should tell that to the makers of overrated Mark Hamill movies. As Abraxas comes to understand the human capacity for free will, he realizes that a free choice must be an informed one. With this in mind, he tells Tommy the story of his true origin.
I'll tell you a story. It's about two men who were partners.
All this innuendo is completely relevant to the movie's theme of divine plan versus free will. You see, it invites us to ponder nature versus nurture. Do human beings just naturally have dirty minds, or is that socialized into us? You see, it's completely relevant. So Secundus finally catches up with Tommy and attempts to fulfill the boy's destiny. Tommy is tempted to give in to his destructive impulses, but instead he rejects the divine plan and exercises his free will, saving humanity. Secundus's faith in destiny leads him ultimately to his own destruction. What this film is telling us is that free will and divine plan cannot exist in the same universe. In fact, if one is assumed, then the other must necessarily be seen as evil. No God who would give humanity free will can possibly have any sort of overarching plan for us, because that plan will inevitably be thwarted by the choices we make. Raised by a loving mother and assured that he has control over his own fate, the Antichrist becomes a new Messiah. This leaves us with just one mystery. Why did Damian Lee set his parable of the Antichrist to a Kenny G Christmas album? Well, if I had to venture a guess, I got nothing.
I have a birthday soon. I'll be 11,862 next Tuesday.